Welcome back to the Great Southeast. Well, finally, after 20 years of living on the Redcliffe Peninsula, I've arrived at the aerodrome. See, we used to get around on BMX bikes in those days, but today I've swapped 2 wheels for 2 wings, and we're going to see the peninsula by air. I think we might leave the old Tiger Moth at home today and check it out in the Cessna 172. The Redcliffe Aero Club run joy flights to give visitors a true perspective of the peninsula, and this was a first for me.
There's no prices to getting why they call it Redcliffe. You can see the red cliffs down here. Actually do a bit of abseiling if you want down these cliffs in Scarborough here.
Following the coastline south past what is probably the peninsula's best-known landmark, the Redcliffe Jetty, you can easily see the Gay Under wreck from the air. There's less and less of the old girl left every year. And just up from the Gay Under is Redcliffe's famous Palace Hotel, the first venue for a small local band called the Bee Gees.
I'm sure the Bee Gees are a long, long way from the Redcliffe Peninsula now. I bet they wish they were back here, like I do. My grandmother actually put them on the school bus. There's one for you. I hope you're watching, Nana.
And after circling over the 2 bridges that connect Sandgate with Redcliffe, which Frank Warwick's already alluded to, we headed over the Redcliffe Golf Course and back to the Aero Club. Thanks, Rob. That was great, mate. You're welcome. Now, that's a top way to see the peninsula by air. I can recommend it. But the official Rupert McCall tour of the peninsula continues, this time on land. A great way to learn a bit more about the area is to drop into the Redcliffe Museum at Sutton's Beach. Now, this used to be the old bathing pavilions, and if you do roll up, you're likely to run into Marl Juster. Now, Marl's about as local as you're going to get, so if there's anything you ever needed to know about the history of the place, Marl is the man. Since those early days on the peninsula, things have changed a little bit?
Changed dramatically, yeah. When I came here to live permanently about 1934, population was about 3,000.
Is that right?
And anywhere west of Oxley Avenue, you might as well be in Cunnamulla because it was all woods.
The population of Redcliffe has now grown to 48,000, the Houghton Highway being a main contributor to this boom ever since the 1970s. And although no trip across the highway is complete without a visit to one of the many beaches, fishing spots or strolls along one of the city's heritage trails, one more place that's worth a visit and a box of popcorn while you're in Redcliffe is the Picture Palace. If you rock up to the Picture Palace on any given Friday night through to the weekend, then you can see a whole range of films dating right back to 1896 through to 1960. Let's check it out. Peter Good, a keen moviegoer himself, is the man responsible for keeping this show on the road. Peter, what type of films can we expect to see here at the Palace? I imagine it's not quite Jurassic Park.
It certainly isn't, Rupert. They're all old Australian films, and you can expect to see silent films, you can expect to see documentary films, you can expect to see feature films. In the sound films, they go right from 1930 to 60. There's a whole variety of those as well.
And what are we looking at here?
At the moment, we're looking at a documentary from Francis Birtles in his cross-country trip by car from Adelaide to Darwin, and he shot some film of his exploration on that trip.
But history and black and white movies aside, no trip to Redcliffe is really complete without a feed of the local seafood. And you can't beat Morgan's at Scarborough for that. I couldn't think of a better way to finish off my guided tour.